Ladies and germs, welcome back. Welcome back to the late night boxing talks. And we are back in the Fortress of Solitude. That's right. We're back at the old Ring IQ HQ. A few subjects I wanted to cover that I didn't get the chance to cover on the relay, but they have my attention nonetheless. I'm going to let the list populate. Shout out to everybody in the building. Let's post the link to these live boxing talks for the people on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Because it's live out here, yo. For those of y'all that don't know, there was a big snowstorm around my neck of the woods, knocked out all of the power to a large chunk of the community, north, south, east, and west, and had to stay at hotels with the family for most of the week. Thankfully, I have the money to pay for hotels. You know. And yeah, man, it was a crazy week, but the relay is back, and so are the late night boxing talks. Late night boxing talks. And first subject I wanted to get into during this monologue before I open up the chat to everyone. Fernando, what's good? Pull check, what's good? Punch Perfect was good. I saw your interview with Nonito Denier, Punch Perfect. And you know what it was? It was Punch Perfect. Aye! Big Punch was good, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that really has my attention, I saw PBC VP of Communications, I believe his name is Tim Smith. He talked about the Crawford situation, and it comes as no surprise to me that even though Top Rank is no longer in the picture, you see what the guy's saying. In so many words, he's basically saying they haven't even made Terrence Crawford an offer. He's saying that they don't want to insult Terrence Crawford, when in reality what it is you can't lowball him. His guaranteed purses by way of Top Rank when he was with Top Rank were something to the tune of $4 to $5 million. And you cannot in good faith and good conscience offer him less than that for an Errol Spence Jr. fight. The funniest thing about a fighter like Errol Spence Jr., for example, the funniest thing is they'll tell you that he's a pay-per-view attraction. They'll tell you that he's a big draw, that he's a star, and yet his star power doesn't seem to be enough to finance this fight. So is he really a pay-per-view draw, or is that just some shit y'all hoping for, some shit y'all keep saying and repeating, hoping that one day it becomes true? Because from what I see, Canelo Alvarez's star power is enough to make any fight because he alone can finance it off his marquee value. He's good for the scratch. He's good for the cash, because when you're a cash cow, that's what that means. That's what that is. Whereas all these other supposed pay-per-view draws, like Errol Spence Jr., you ask about, okay, well, why can't you fight Crawford? Oh, well, we don't want to make him an offer that he finds insulting. What the fuck does that even mean? So in other words, you didn't want to do the fight when Top Rank was in the picture. Now they're out of the picture, and you're still not trying to do the fight. And I reiterate, I say it in every video covering this subject. I've been saying it for the last 3 to 4 years. I don't believe those guys are going to fight. Not this year, not last year, not the year before that, or the year before that. And I do limit it to the year. Do I think this is the year where they're going to fight? No. There's a reason that Butaev versus Stanionis is the co-main event to the main event. The agreement that they reached was so that the winner of Butaev versus Stanionis faces the winner of Ugas versus Spence. And never mind the idiot boxers on Twitter. Never mind those guys. These things happen for a reason. If you see that Butaev, if you see that Stanionis was willing to step aside, and you see that he's fighting Butaev, and you see that Stanionis versus Butaev is the chief support to Spence versus Ugas, what do you think that means? Like, do I got to spell it out? Do I got to make a PowerPoint presentation? And that's on top of the fact that Keith Thurman is back. If Keith Thurman beats Mario Barrios, who do you think he's looking to fight? You think he's looking to fight Crawford? Joy Jones Jr. Hey, Leo in Chile. You know what I'm saying? They can't afford. Bro, I've been saying that. They cannot afford. Look. His guarantee based on his ESPN contract, got him more money up front than Spence got, than Porter got when they fought each other. It's not cap. It's not bullshit. That man was getting $4 to $5 million up front for Mean Machine, for Amir Khan, for Kell Brook. That's why you see Tim Smith saying, oh, well, we don't want to make him an offer that's insulting. No, you can't afford him. That's what it is. Moreover, you don't want to gamble. I believe Spence versus Crawford does better numbers than Spence versus Porter, better numbers than Spence versus Garcia, both Garcias, Mikey and Danny. I believe that fight does better numbers than those fights. The thing is, it's not enough for you because you don't like Errol's chances in that fight. I've been saying they don't like Errol's chances in that fucking fight. You think they believe he gonna win? Do they move like guys that believe in a fighter? Believe in a fighters? Have you talked about Charlo calling Andre already? No, I haven't talked about that. Thank you, Leighton, because it's the same situation with Leonard Ellerbe, Gervonta Davis, and Devin Haney. It's not my imagination. It's not candor. It's not my opinion. Leonard Ellerbe is on camera saying Devin Haney makes very good money, and we are not going to pay him that. That's his words verbatim. They cannot afford these other fighters, and that's the truth. The only guys they can afford is guys like Isaac Cruz. That's what they can afford. Shout out to Drew. Jules, they really said Gersha versus Cruz on pay-per-view. They have no money. That's Drew. We about to get all into that shit. We about to. They cannot afford Ryan Garcia. They cannot afford Devin Haney. And I'm not patting myself on the back, but didn't I say this months ago? They cannot afford these guys. And it's one, you can't afford the guys to bring them over to you. And two, you don't want your fighters to go over there to be content for them. So in other words, you don't want to make none of these fights. You don't want to make Cruz versus Ryan Garcia. You don't want to make Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia. You don't want to make Gervonta versus Devin Haney. You don't want to make Spence versus Crawford. Come on, B. Who believe that shit? Who really believe that shit? It's Boxing Talks, goddammit. Glad to be back. I've been said, shout out to Bogey 708. I've been said that shit, bro. That they can't afford these fighters. The only guys they can afford are guys they can lowball. Nondescript fighters, unheralded fighters, nobody with a profile and nobody with marquee value of their own. They cannot afford none of those guys. All they can afford is Juan Montiel's, Isaac Cruz's, and Jesus Cuellar's. They cannot afford a Ryan Garcia. This is the thing. All right, now let me explain this to you, bro. This is the thing, Juan. With a guy like Canelo, you know he's good for the money. So it's not a gamble, in a manner of speaking. You know that if you put up money for Canelo, he, unlike your fighters, he can actually bring it back. How do you know? He sold 70,000 tickets with Billy Joe Saunders. Obviously, them 70,000 people that was there, they wasn't there for Billy. They was there for Canelo. That's the difference. With a guy like Canelo, it might be a quote-unquote gamble, but you know he's good for the money because he's a real-life cash cow. He is a bona fide pay-per-view attraction. He's not a guy that you're just sticking him on pay-per-view and hoping for the best, because that's what they're doing with all these other fighters and all these other fights. When you put Luis Ortiz and Charles Martin on pay-per-view, you don't put them on pay-per-view for the same reason Canelo ends up on pay-per-view. Let me explain. Canelo Alvarez wants a certain amount of money, and the only way you can get it to him is to put him on pay-per-view. But the difference between him and Charles Martin is he's good for the money. The difference between him and Luis Ortiz is he's good for the money. That's the difference. Those guys end up on pay-per-view because the network don't want to pay them. That's why they end up on pay-per-view. Oh, you want 1 million and you want 1 million, or you want 2 million and you want 2 million. I'll tell you what, I give you a little bit and you get the rest on pay-per-view. Let your fans pay for the fight. That's the difference. Keith Thurman, that dude is not on pay-per-view because of popular demand. Who the fuck wanna? Yo, I could count on one hand how many fucking people still like Keith Thurman that I know of. I could count on one hand. The Ponzi scheme's up. PBC fails, and Heyman don't have to pay back Waddle and Reed, and the fighters' money who reinvested like Floyd and them. And finish the story, Drew. Al Heyman skates off into the sunset with all that lost Waddle and Reed money. It's a perfect plan. It's a perfect plan. That motherfucker is not no boxing guy, bro. He good at scams and schemes, but he not no boxing guy. Because he don't know nothing about grooming no fighters and building no future stars. He don't. Ring IQ, if PBC wants to host Canelo again, maybe that's why Floyd is fighting to make the money up to pay Canelo. Possibly. But when you think about Canelo, right, it's not just PBC. It's also Showtime. You got to bring the network into it because Showtime is struggling to stay in the business, bro. They went as far as getting in the Jake Paul business. That should let you know everything right then and there. They're like, yo, y'all motherfuckers ain't got no integrity. Whatever integrity y'all had, whatever prestige y'all had, y'all killed that shit as soon as y'all sold to sell a couple of pay-per-views with Jake Paul. It's not just the PBC needs Canelo, but Showtime needs Canelo because Showtime still wants to put on pay-per-views. They still want to do that, as antiquated as that is. They don't want to get away from that. They want to keep doing that. And you can't do that with Jermall Charlo. You can't do that with these guys. You've been trying to do it with Gervonta Davis, and it ain't working. How much does the PBC have? It's not an exact number, bro. It's not an exact number, but I don't imagine it's a lot. Leaked emails. Yo, dog, I just did a video on that. Let me address that. I'm not going to talk about the Shields versus Paul situation on this live because I literally just uploaded the last episode of the relay. The first segment is all about that. So if you want to go over there, watch that, and then come back here, that works. But I'm going to let y'all marinate with that, and we will talk about that in another late night boxing talk. So what I wanted to talk about now is these fake cash cows. You cannot call Errol Spence Jr. a bona fide pay-per-view attraction or a cash cow if his marquee value cannot finance the Crawford fight. Understand that. I'm going to say it again. If his marquee value cannot finance the Crawford fight, you are not a cash cow. You're not. You're not a pay-per-view star because a pay-per-view star can finance a fight off their own marquee value. Tim Smith is sitting there saying, we haven't offered him nothing and we're not going to offer him nothing. Read through the bullshit. Read between the lines. We haven't. That's what he said. They haven't offered him nothing because they don't want to insult him. Oh, you don't want to insult him. So when you kept him out of your graphics on Fox, you wasn't trying to insult him? Now that he's a free agent, all the narratives are coming apart. Before it's because he was with Top Rank and you got to fight on Fox, you got to fight on Showtime. Now that he could do that, oh, well, we don't want to insult him. We don't want to make him an offer that is insulting to him. Bro, you ain't got it to offer. You ain't got it to offer. Do you think Canelo should fight at cruiserweight next on Cinco de Mayo, or should he wait a bit longer? Personally, I think Canelo Alvarez has reached the point to where he has the Midas touch. He can do the cruiserweight thing if he wants to, though I don't think he will, based on some rumors I heard. I don't think he will. He can stay at 168. He can go to 175. He can do what he wants because he, unlike many other boxers, has a loyal customer base that will pay to see him fight regardless of who he's fighting. So him going to cruiserweight, it's exciting, but it isn't necessary. He doesn't have to do that. And if I'm being honest, I don't think he's going to do that anymore. I think they changed their mind. Al Heyman would foul for Chapter 11 if he had Canelo and Crawford on payroll. I got all kinds of fresh hoodies, my guy. I got all kinds of fresh hoodies, man. Now I'm about to open this up I'm about to open up this conversation to the chat. And yo, listen, man, everybody can't get on. Every time I post a link, it'd be like 10, 20 motherfuckers backstage. We gotta have some kind of control in here so everybody get a chance to speak. What are the rumors without revealing sources? I can't say, because if I do say, I'm gonna just say I can't say, because this was a very how could I put it? Only a couple of people know. That's all I could say. Only a couple of people know. I vote for country for one of the spots. I dig it. I heard Jermel may have a split with Derek James. I haven't seen any reports. Listen, before this Caleb Plant stuff started today, I heard that he was going upstairs. I heard that. A lot of the rumors that I'm hearing is starting to check out.
Julius.
Leo was good. Virtuoso was good. Chris was good.
Happy New Year, whore.
Jay was good. You know what I mean?
Good was crack 11.
And the first thing that's on my mind is the fake cash cows.
Oh boy.
You can't let me start it off. You can't say that a dude is a cash cow or that he's even an A-side and talk how these guys have been talking. If you really an A-side fighter, motherfucker, you can pay for the fight. Drew, start it off. What's wrong with this picture, man? What's wrong with it, man?
Man.
Drew is in traffic or some shit.
Let me start it up. Oh, yeah,
and it's just it's pathetic. They riding Canelo's gravy train, and they all just waiting around. They can't afford Daniel Kinahan fighters.
I don't think they can, if I'm being honest. Look, and Drew can attest to this. I'm pretty sure Jay can too. That I've been saying Crawford gets more money up front than they do. Don't believe Twitter. Don't even believe YouTube. Crawford gets 4, 5, and I think once he got 6 up front. I think that was for the Khan fight. Whereas Errol and Sean got 2 apiece for each other. And you telling me that
you can't A-side a guy like that. You can't.
You can't. If you the A-side, and I'm gonna pass it to Leo. If you the A-side, then why does Crawford get more money up front than you do? Make it make sense, Leo.
He sells more pay-per-views.
Okay. I think it is time to address this subject about Terence Crawford.
Okay.
Look, let me start by saying Terence Crawford for me is the top dog in the welterweight division. He beats everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Those so-called top welterweights, he beats them all.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
Now, the thing is this. That thing of Terence Crawford getting $4 million on front now is over. And now, Terence Crawford, since he moved up to the welterweight division and got a new contract with Bob Arum, he negotiated a contract of $4 million on front. But Bob Arum said himself, I'm losing money with this guy. So, this is my question. Does Terence Crawford was making Bob Arum lose money? It was good for those $4 million?
I definitely see. I see where you're going, Leo, and I'm gonna say this. There was a time when Terrence was good for the 4. That time has passed because he's been frozen out. You understand?
Yeah.
They hurt his marquee value. They did. Like when they froze him out, all the momentum that he had moving up from 40 to 47, all of that shot to shit. It's a wrap for that because everybody we didn't look when he was moving up to 47, it wasn't me wanting to see him fight fucking Keith and Sean and no, it was about Spence, bro. That's what it was about. It was about Spence. And then all these narratives popped up. Oh no, he got to go through the gauntlet. He got to do this. And 3 years have passed, bro. 3 years have passed. So with that,
and if we're being thorough, we gotta add that Aram didn't do him no favor saying he's losing money fucking the last year and a half.
At all.
Talking down on
you
Crawford.
You have to understand. You have to
That added
understand
to
this,
it.
guys.
That added to it.
Yeah, I understand that too, but you have to understand what the biggest culprit in this shit show of the Spence and Terence Crawford saga is the LDBC. Hear me out.
okay.
It was that contingent of people that put out the narratives that, hey, Earl Spence is the A side. Earl Spence has done more at 147, and they kept feeding that narrative nonstop, irrespective of all the narratives that they put out were untrue. So they got a whole bunch of people to play sides, play into the tropes, play into this hood famous nonsense. Oh, Errol Spence really getting it when he really wasn't getting it, like Terence Crawford was.
He wasn't.
So at the end of the day, it started a rift between the black fight fan, and now you see what it's yielding. Like Terence Crawford is right for not having to take the 60-40 split when he's making more money than this individual. He's just not one of those boisterous individuals that's saying, "Yo, I make more money than you. I make more scratch." No, that's not who Terence Crawford is. So at the end of the day, Terence Crawford knows what's up. Everyone knows what's up. Terence Crawford, like if we break it down from all aspects of this, Terence Crawford is a more durable fighter. He's shown that he has power throughout the weight classes. He doesn't have any smut on his name in terms of a failed drug test or anything. So at the end of the day, they had to pull out the stops because they knew once he came to 47, there wasn't really anything that Errol Spence could do to yield the money that he want besides fight Terence Crawford. But they knew, like they said, Errol Spence is an alcoholic. Errol Spence is a person that lives the party life. He's not really, committed to the boxing like Terence Crawford is. And this all plays a big part. And also, Al Heyman messed this up because Al Heyman, like you said, does not know how to groom fighters. He's not a boxing guy.
Well, let me say this. All right. First and foremost, right? And I've said this from the very beginning as soon as I saw Spence moving funny. It was never their intention to make this fight. It was their intention to kill this fight, and they have killed it. I believe they've killed it. I believe that what they've done to this fight, they've actually decreased the fight's profile and its marquee value. There was a time when I felt that this fight could have done 700,000. I don't think this fight does that now. I honestly don't. Between what they've done to Crawford's profile and where we are in the pay-per-view market, how hard it is to get there, they have literally killed Spence's legacy fight. I'm not holding my breath to see this thing, but the main thing here is they never wanted to make this fight. And when you think about that and digest it, that they never wanted to make this fight, that's when everything starts to make sense. You didn't have him fight Mikey Garcia because you was worried about a Crawford fight or Porter or none of the shit that y'all did. You didn't have him doing all this because, eventually he's going to fight Crawford. No, you never were going to match him against Crawford.
Hey,
Ever.
Julie, can I add this? I don't think they want to make pay-per-view stars anymore because after they dealt with Floyd, that was a lot of money that they were paying one man, and especially a black man in America. You know how tenuous race relations is, and I'm not a race baiter. You know me. But now they see, hey, these we know what we had to deal with Floyd, and now we're trying to get him back with that. So that's why we're tying up his money. They don't want to pay black fighters the way they paid Floyd the way he did.
And I don't
because
agree. You know why I don't agree with that? Because at the highest levels of just life, you realize all that shit that motherfuckers be talking about at the lower level, none of that shit is real. The only color that matters is green. It is not about we don't want to see this guy. No, we want to make money. All of us want to make money. And what
Of
makes
course.
money is important. It don't matter who's making money. Right now, it's a Canelo. Tomorrow it could be a Chinese guy. Tomorrow or the day after that, it could be a Japanese guy. Don't matter, long as it make money. So it's not that. The PBC, put simply, does not know how to make stars. That's all it is.
That's true.
That's all
true.
it is.
Okay, I
I-
have a
I
question.
agree with
I
that.
have a
Fellas,
question
fellas,
for the panel.
Oh,
I
okay.
have a
Go
question.
ahead,
for the
Leo.
panel.
Go ahead, Leo.
Look, putting aside all about this, I think PVC plan about of killing Terrence Crawford marquee value, it did work at the
Mhm.
end of the day.
Mhm.
But now, in a totally fair market, what is Terrence Crawford purse from now on?
Okay, if you want my honest opinion, Terrence Crawford is a $3 million fighter.
Yeah,
Maybe
I was
two.
going to say that.
I agree.
Maybe
Three
two.
to 3.5. 3 to 3.5. 3.5
Maybe two.
being the highest.
Because even though the pay-per-views don't sell that much, I'm gonna go with the low number. I'm not even gonna go with the high number because the high number was 190 for Porter. The low number was 130, and I believe that it was actually closer to 130. I would like to believe he could sell 190, but come on, B. Right now, 130. You a $3 million fighter. That's not a terrible number. You know, it's not. It's like, how can I put it? If you're a $3 million fighter, then no, it's not a terrible number. If you're a $3 million fighter. Now, if I'm sitting here calling you a cash cow and the A side and a pay-per-view star, okay, now it's a terrible number because you're none of
Yeah,
those.
that's a horrendous number.
That's a horrendous number. Like, how could you?
It's anywhere from 2 to 4 million. And it depends on how long Crawford sticks around. Does he stick around another 2 years and get 5 up front to go fight Conor Benn in the
Well,
UK?
Drew, think about it this way, right? I don't believe that he's ever going to fight Spence, right? I don't believe that fight is ever going to happen. I believe that the biggest fight for him at this point is Josh Taylor, but not in America. No, if you want the money, you need to travel. I believe that's a big fight. I believe that's a big fight in the UK if you're willing to go.
That's a
Do you
big
think
fight.
he
yeah,
could
Scott.
get 5 or more if he fought
That's
in
a
the
big
UK?
fight in the
5 or more?
UK. Conor Benn in
Probably.
a year and a half, 2 years is a big fight.
I mean, I'm not even going to say 2 years because you want my honest opinion. I don't know if he's still around in 2 years. If I'm Crawford and I see what's going on, right? Beyond Josh Taylor, what is there left for me to do in terms of big fights? Beyond
Young
Josh
boys,
Taylor.
no. I'm not trying to fight
Those-
them young boys.
Those
I'm
are
not
good.
trying to do that.
Not
No,
those
I
are,
know.
look, those are good fights for me and you. But if you Crawford and you done been there in 3 weight classes, been a champion, whooped ass decisively, where motherfuckers don't gotta argue on Sunday. You did all
I
that.
disputed in one of them.
All
I'm
right.
not, but I
You
like
did
I was
all.
saying,
But think
if,
about it.
if I'm
What's the
Crawford, I don't
appeal?
want to fight them young boys
What's
because
the-
at the end of the day, I did everything.
That's what I mean. I'm
I
thinking,
mean, I
yo,
think Crawford would fight him, but who's gonna give? They're not gonna give him his 3-4 M's to fight Ennis.
yeah, but it's the other thing. It's not about is Crawford scared? No. It's just why am I still here if this is all that's left for me? Why am I still here then? For that, I might as
Why
well
am I
take
going
what I
through these
got and
grueling ass
retire.
training camp? Why am I going through all these grueling ass training camps? I'm not getting any younger. Yo, like Father Time is going to catch up with all of us. I'm not going to go through this shit. Fuck that. And let's really keep it a buck about pay-per-views now. That's none of these fighters' faults, bro. Because like the end of the day, if people can if people can watch something for free, they're gonna watch something for free. Unless you got a Mexican market like Canelo does, or a fucking Japanese market like Murata and Inoue does, people ain't gonna pay for your stuff, and it's sad.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chris. I'm gonna say this, and this is gonna sound like the exact opposite of what I've been saying for the last 3 to 4 years, right? Pay-per-view would not be dead if it would not, and really it's not dead because Dana White's UFC is an example of that, and so is the WWE, that it's not completely dead. The problem is too many people in boxing looking for shortcuts. You cannot fake an interest the same way it is with a chick. You can't fake an interest, all right? You can't fake excitement. if you want to sell pay-per-views, you got to do it the old-fashioned way because it ain't no other way to do it. It ain't.
I think Dana White said that they sold like 8.5 million pay-per-views total last year.
That's a lot. That's a lot more than boxing
Yo,
sold.
it's think about it. This
They're
is an
putting on
era where
competitive
there's
fights.
so
Like they're
much.
putting number one versus number one.
That's a fact. That's
The
a
only
fact.
the
And
only
this-
the only fight I see Crawford taking in America with a young gun is Ortiz because the zone will pay him.
The zone will pay him. I agree
That's
with
it.
that. I
That's
agree
the
with
only
that.
fight I
But
see.
Drew, he's about to
Yep.
fight McKenna, bro. So that tell me all I need to know. He about to fight McKenna. I don't got nothing against McKenna. Don't get me wrong. But it's time, bro.
How much of that, Jules, though, you think is working in the new trainer, though, Jules?
Look. I'm gonna say this, right? Remember, Wilfredo Benitez fought for a title at 17 years old. So when motherfuckers tell me a motherfucker too young for some shit, I don't hear that. I don't hear none of that shit. All right. If I see that you on the cusp that you could be fighting for a title, but you not fighting for a title, I'm not gonna make no excuses for you, bro. You don't want that title. You don't want that title. Your people don't want that title.
I'm gonna give
title.
him the benefit of the doubt just because he's switching trainers. Just this one fight.
Because before the Robert Garcia shit, before that, look, and I like Virgil, so I don't want it to come across. It's the same shit with Boots. I like Boots, but you ain't fought shit. I like Virgil, but dog, you fighting everybody but the guys that got the belts. Now, you know you can't get Spence. We all know that. And you know you can't get Ugas either, who I would pick Virgil to beat the shit out of, by the way. I would.
Mm-hmm.
He'll beat the shit out of Ugas.
Oh yeah.
Same here.
Yep.
Right?
Okay, but at this point, doesn't
Julius,
make sense.
can I say this? Julius, I can say this. George Groves fought Carl Froch with a new trainer in between promoting his fight.
Listen.
He did his whole thing with Adam Booth. Then he had to switch to Pi Fitzpatrick and still for world title. So I can't give Virgil Ortiz no slack for that.
Listen. Derevyanchenko was being trained by Andre Rosier up until it was time to fight for a title. Then Andre Rosier went over to Daniel Jacobs because he was already with Daniel Jacobs. We all know that. But he had to make a choice, and he made a motherfucking choice. Did that stop Sergey from fighting for the IBF? No. So I don't want to hear it. It ain't Robert Garcia. It ain't the trainer. It's that your management do not want to put you in there with Crawford now. They don't. Period.
Hey, Joe, quick question. Like, I'm sorry if you may have covered this. I came in late, but did anybody catch that interview with that Tim Smith guy on PBC?
That's what we talking about, bro.
Okay, cool. I was just making sure.
I figured that we guys would be talking about that because I did caught wind of that.
Did y'all catch the leaked emails from Clarissa Seal?
We're not going to.
We're not. He just said that.
Yeah. We're not going to talk about that on this one. But I already did an episode.
Oh no, I'm talking
on
about.
that.
I was just making a joke. I was just making a joke that Julius denied her an appearance. Julius denied Shields an appearance on the relay, and that's why she started attacking him.
Hey, listen. I was a supporter up until she came at me. So after she came at me, and this is facts. After she came at me, I ain't gonna be nice to you no more. I'm gonna just tell the truth now, because I was being nice before. Now I'm gonna just tell the truth.
Weren't you already?
So the Harlem came out.
Look. I was already. Look. I was already telling the truth. Granted, but I was giving her more slack than everybody else because I saw how many people was against her. But when you come at me like that, and you don't even got a reason to do that, you don't got no reason to come at me like that. That's why I'm like, yo, man, fuck you, B. Like, get out of here, B. Motherfuckers don't really fuck with you. The only motherfuckers that really fuck with you, that rock with you like that, are dudes that don't spend no money on boxing. And that's fine.
I mean, you're one, Julius. You're one of the biggest endorsers of women's boxing, and then she's basically, being spiteful. I don't understand,
nigga.
Listen, but I don't like to wave that around as a trump card to say that, I support. No, it's not. There are no trump cards in life. I do everything the same way, right? Okay. I do everything the same way. Like, it's not a trump card because I supported Shields, but I've been supporting Estrada, McCaskill, Baumgartner, Harper, everybody. It ain't like, you got to be nice to me because no, don't be nice. Be yourself so we know what you are, so we see where you end up. We see where you ending up. We see you getting exposed. That's just like you really thought, and this is the thing about Jake. I don't knock Jake because I see that like, yo, what's really wrong with a celebrity that want to box other celebrities? That's the other side of it. If Steven Seagal want to have a boxing match with Van Damme, hell yeah, I watch that shit. Why
Nigga,
not?
I pay for that shit. What the fuck?
Why not? If
Van Damme would knock him the fuck out.
I don't know, B. That dude is a Marine, bro. I don't know.
Man, get out of here with that.
He a Green Beret.
Jonathan Rice beat Michael
All he does is upper body movement and shit.
I saw.
Go ahead.
All I know is I saw Joe Parker and Tyson Fury dropping off them Kinahan packs together.
Yo, listen, let me
read
riding
this. Around doing work for Daniel.
Deed says, I think Munguia still gets stopped by an older Triple G. This is what I'm gonna say, Deed. Until I see Triple G with Murata, I don't have no proclamations. That man has been out of the ring for a year. I don't trust you anymore. I don't trust Murata neither, but you don't see me talking shit. All I'll tell you about that fight is I do think it's gonna be a fun fight, but Triple G is an old motherfucker that ain't fought in a year. So I mean, what the fuck?
Shit, he could lose the Murata. Who knows?
What the fuck? In Japan, Jay. In Japan, Jay.
They're gonna do him no favors. They're gonna give Munguia the belt straight up when Charlo leaves. Watch, they're not even gonna order an eliminator. They're gonna elevate that motherfucker.
Let me address this super chat. Is Sebastian Fundora a future world champion? This is what I'm gonna say, George. I believe that Erickson Lubin is a better boxer than Fundora, but I don't think Lubin has a chin. They ordered those two guys to fight. I feel like Fundora might knock him out. I feel like that. And after Jermel leaves the division, I can see Sebastian Fundora picking up a vacant title. I can see that happening. So if
he's gonna be ducked crazy because nobody want to deal with that dude.
Bro, he ain't gonna get ducked, bro. They don't got a choice but to fight this lanky motherfucker. If they don't fight him,
nightmare to fight, man. Like, oh god.
Punch him in his kneecaps, bro. Punch him in the dick. Like, yo, he's mad tall. I was trying to hit him in the stomach. I punched him in the dick. He mad tall.
Like, Joe, the picture you put up on Twitter, like those things that's at the car dealerships. That's what he.
Those inflatable balloon dolls.
Yeah, bro.
That ain't Fundora. That wasn't Fundora with Sergio Garcia.
Yeah.
Funny shit.
Find that nigga, bro. Like real talk. What
Fundora got
that? Like 6.
He got them. His hands move like pool
Find a
noodles.
nigga like that,
His
bro.
arms like the pool noodle workouts.
Bro, you ever been in the forest and you see one of them stick bugs and for some reason they'll be right next to you when you see their ass? Like
you can't hit that. You can't hit that shit. You keep missing that shit every time you try to swat that shit.
Bro, that's Fundoria. Right. Like, that's look, and I really thought that Fundora versus Sergio Garcia was gonna be a great fight. That shit was one of the worst fucking fights I saw last year. Like, bro, this shit is and I feel like once again, Lubin is a better boxer as far as technique, but he's gonna get caught. When Terrell Gashaka wobble you can't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know what time it is, bro. Like
it was similar to when I saw Cecil McCullough hurt Tony Harrison. If Cecil McCullough can hurt you, Tony, yeah, that's why he doesn't want to move up to 160.
And Tony's a good boxer. Like I honestly like I like his jab more than I like Mel's jab when he on his jab, but when he get hit,
Tony had a gas tank and a chin.
I tell everybody this.
Be a problem.
Tony Harrison only loses to himself. He don't be losing to those fighters that he lost.
He don't. I agree with that.
He was beating Mel in the rematch too.
I agree with that.
Beating Mel. He was beating the shit out of Willie Nelson until he got caught. He was beating the shit out of Jared Hurd until he got caught. And it is what it is. Now you see Demetrius Andrade fight Willie Nelson the same way, and Andrade retired that man.
Bro,
bro.
I ain't forget that.
Andrade at 54 was a bad nigga, B.
He was better at 54. I'll say he was faster. He had better pop.
I was watching that nigga at 54, bro. That Brian Rose fight, man. I said, like, yeah, niggas not gonna fight him. Like, yeah, that motherfucker was doing niggas bad at 54.
Let me read this. Let me read the super chat. Pull check says, "What's this about Pac's team gonna make Ryan some big offer?" To that, I'll say this: it's a bluff. That's what Sean Gibbons is saying in response to the offer that Golden Boy made for Isaac Cruz. Showtime knows that Ryan is not going over there, bro. He's a Golden Boy Promotions fighter. Y'all fucking know that. Y'all acting like Isaac Cruz is a hot commodity. Isaac Cruz is a ticket seller. Bruh, his claim to fame is a fight that he literally just lost. Why are we going through this?
This is what
just found out about him yesterday.
This is the funny shit. Tim Smith interview
literally
where
yesterday, we
he
just
says
found out about him.
market value. How the fuck is Thurman versus Barrios? What did Barrios do to get another pay-per-view? That fucking deflated his whole argument.
I mean, Drew was funny. It's like the big thing to me was funny to me is like how they have two guys coming off losses headlining the pay-per-view to begin with.
Bro, listen, Jay. I firmly
believe 4+ years.
No,
listen, Jay.
Years.
They're inflated persons.
What's up?
It's backwards. They backwards over there. You know where you supposed to build the fighter up to get him on pay-per-view? They got motherfuckers losing fights to put them on. Like, yo, you got to lose this fight to get on pay-per-view,
That's
bro.
pathetic. That shit's pathetic.
You got to go in there.
This is what this is. This is the John Molina blueprint, guys.
Real shit.
It's to fail upward.
Real shit. It's like
upward is nasty.
but that's the kind of fighters that they got. What's Luis Ortiz's claim to fame? Losing to Wilder. What's Isaac Cruz's claim to fame?
Going the distance with Javante Davis. Going the distance with him as well.
All right. So your claim to fame is that you didn't get knocked out.
It's for the purpose of selling these guys, man. That these are paid stiffs that they're supposed to be used as fucking tools to make the fucking stars, these supposed stars, like be the shit.
Listen.
And these stars ain't knocking these motherfuckers out.
Listen,
in order to knock Isaac Cruz out.
That's my point. Listen. I look. I ain't trying to knock Isaac Cruz, right? I'm not. But that's a little ass motherfucker. Like, that motherfucker is little.
He's 5'4", bro. He's 5'4".
You 5'4". That motherfucker 5 foot. That motherfucker ain't an inch over 5 feet tall. Did you see him, dog? You could put him in your pocket. You could put him in this pocket.
Tank is a midget. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm like 5'5" and 5'5".
Bro.
So he's like 5'3".
So if you and I don't want to sound
Naseem Hamed is a skyscraper to Isaac Cruz.
I don't want to sound repetitive, but Tank, if you need 12 rounds for Gamboa and you can't knock this little motherfucker out, yo, what the fuck makes you a Tank, bro? What?
How are you one of the top guys in lightweight? I mean, Jules, everybody. I know people who think Isaac Cruz won that fight.
I saw them people. If I'm being honest, I don't agree with them. I think Tank did enough, but it's just when your name is Tank, I shouldn't have to see a whole lot of you on the back foot. For example, better beef is better. Let me finish. Better beef is better beef with Marcus Brown, with Alexander Vosdick, with Callum Johnson. Better beef is better beef. Tank, why are you on your back foot with this slow ass man? You telling me that your power is not enough to get him to back off? We should call him Tank.
Thank you. That's what I was saying. Switch the name. Tank should be called Pitbull. And Isaac should be called Tank.
This is not new in the
whoever
PBC.
called him Jeep, that's not even the correct term. That dude is a Fiat. That's what he is. He's Fiat Davis.
He's a Volkswagen Golf.
He's a water gun, bro. He's a water gun.
What are you
He's one of those guns Floyd is selling.
Yo, he legit.
Look.
Smith.
I gotta look him up, bro. I gotta look him up. But yo, did you really call him a Fiat? Chill, B.
Guys, but
you take away that out, he's fat.
Kid one-time Thurman.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron the Truth Spence.
Mm-hmm.
Gervonta Tank Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Does any of those nicknames add up with
Yo, listen. The only nickname that a PBC fighter has that is actually somewhat true is Sebastian Towering Inferno Fundori.
What's Mel's? Isn't it like Iron Man?
It's the Hitman, I think it is.
Oh God.
No, I think
Iron Man.
160,
It's
no?
Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Well, you know what? Look. Mel is my guy, and I like Mel for what it's worth.
I don't like Mel at all.
I like Mel, right? You leave Mel alone,
like
man.
Mel.
Mel is. I like Mel.
Mel's
You know why I don't like Mel?
Mel will
know
fight,
what?
bro. Mel will fight.
Mel's the one. He's the real line matter to Charlos. That's
Yo, hear me out.
No
Hear
Mel
me why
slander
I
here.
don't like-
No Mel
Hear me
slander,
out.
yo.
Can I speak? Hear me out why I don't like Mel, right? Sure, he exposed his brother, but at the end of the day, I'm a younger brother in my household. I'm the middle child. I don't care what me and my older brother are going through. You're not just going to expose him because you having one of these fits, bro. I don't care what you are. I don't care if you unified champion or what. Your character is trash, nigga. I don't care anything about that. Bro,
I'm glad he did expose him.
Listen,
but that's some whole nigga shit, bro. That's whole nigga shit. I don't care what nobody says.
No? See, you only looking at one whole shit. It was two whole shits in there. It was some whole shit that led to that whole shit. So look at that first. That's all I'm saying. All right.
What was the whole shit that led to that? I want to know.
It has something to do with their brand Lions Only. I remember that's what the beef was about. It has something to do with their brand Lions Only and some shit that Maul did. And that was the whole shit that led to that. And I don't disagree with you. You don't do your brother like that. But at the same time, and this is what I'm going to say, it's not an excuse. It's just a fact of life. When a motherfucker angry, that motherfucker was angry, bro. He was.
Yo, my nigga, I've been angry mad times on my older brother over some shit that I could have been angry for. But how I'm cut, real niggas don't do that. He's a fruitcake, bro.
You gotta stop acting. Yo, them dudes is not street dudes, my God. Those are sports ass. They some look. They some shooting hoop sports ass guys. They not street guys. So they don't got
from
that
Nassau
code.
County, Long Island, New York. I grew up in a middle class household. I never knew what no street
bro.
is.
Motherfuckers still have fights in Long Island, bro. That's all I'm saying. Motherfuckers still get in a fight.
I know, but I'm not. But like at the end of the day, I'm my brother's keeper, irrespective of anything.
Yo, let me tell. Leo, hold on, wait, Leo. I'm gonna give it to you. Let me just say this, bro. That brother's keeper shit. Cain and Abel is more real than that bullshit. That shit is from a movie. Cain and Abel is facts of life, bro. That's what really goes down. That's what, so killer, brother's keeper, bro. You better read your motherfucking Bible, bro. Cain and Abel is a lot more real life than that bullshit. That shit ain't about nothing, bro. And at the end of the day, right? Anybody can get it. ABC. Anybody can get it. Brothers and sisters, it don't matter. It's dog eat dog world. Leo, go ahead.
You know what that was? What Jermel did? That was an intervention.
That's what that was.
Intervention to your older brother, dude. You're fucking this up. You're fucking your career. Wake up. Wake the fuck up. You have a Canelo Alvarez fight and you drop it.
I agree with Leo.
What the fuck that was?
I agree with Leo.
You can see it both ways. You can see it as he backstab him or it's a reality.
Is he exposing him? Is he exposing him, or is he trying to get him to come to his senses?
He's trying
Julius and everybody in the chat, I understand all of this, but there is a such thing called as decorum and couth. You tell that to him off air. If he doesn't want to take it, and if he does whole shit, then cool. You can do
How do you know he didn't tell him?
No.
Behind air, though. We don't know that. We don't know if he didn't.
I bet you he. Listen, bro. I bet you he did. But this is the thing, right? This is the thing. Nobody grows under comfortable circumstances. B. Pressure makes diamonds. Pressure busts pipes or make diamonds. So you not listening to me behind closed doors. I'm about to air you out so you do listen to me, bro. I ain't you. I would never turn down a Canelo fight. I'm gonna put it out there for everybody to see it. And at the end of the day, Oscar let the cat out the bag before anybody because nobody wanted to believe Oscar but me. I'm like, bro, Oscar wasn't lying about that Rigo and Leo Santa Cruz shit. So why would he be lying about this? Nah, I believe Oscar.
Oscar, in terms of contracts, like I've been listening to him for a long time. That
Eric
motherfucker
Gomez
hasn't
and
been
the other
lying
guy
for a
said
lot
it
of
too.
things.
Go ahead, Eson.
And I was saying it wasn't even only Oscar. It was Eric Gomez and what's the other guy's name?
Roberto Diaz.
Yeah. He's good. He's a good guy. Yeah, him. He said the same thing.
Now let me read some super chats. George, the Last Patriot, says Tank versus 147, 154 pounds. Is this too much, bruh? Look, man. Regis Prograis, grind that motherfucker down to sandstone, bro. That motherfucker's not for real. Jaime says, when did 200,000 pay-per-view buys make you a star? You got Ella B running around saying Tank the cash cow of boxing, and there are delusional people that run with it. Bro, me and you both know, Jaime, 200,000 buys is not the year mark of a star. Those metrics don't make you a star. They literally don't, bro. Tank is a fighter who's being put, let me break this down real quick. Tank ended up on pay-per-view as a result of what DAZN offered him. DAZN offered him $7 million for a Tevin Farmer fight. They got him to turn it down. The very next fight that he had after that was pay-per-view. And the only reason he's on pay-per-view is because, well, you turned down that $7 million fight because we told you to do that, but we have to give you something. So what we'll give you is
Same shit with the
pay-per-view.
Wilder situation with Joshua.
It's the same shit, bro.
That's why they don't want Eddie Hearn to win. Look at it. Eddie Hearn and Eddie
He's costing them money, basically.
Yes.
Why you think everybody mad at him?
Eddie's even said he'll send Demetrius to Showtime.
Why you think everybody mad at? I'm so glad you brought that up.
He's calling dudes buffs.
Think about this. They offered to pay for the Charlo fight. No. They say, okay, we'll send Andre to you. No. They said
Didn't he say he also sent Farmer over there?
No. Yep. And what they said, no. It's like y'all don't want to send nobody out.
Yo, they're really gonna let the Canelo fight pass by if Canelo didn't go to Showtime.
I mean,
it's fight just shows you how far they'll go with it.
Can I say something right quick? Because like, the whole reason why the PBC doesn't have any pay-per-view stars, this is their own doing. Because if they would have made the cross-promotional fights that fans would have wanted, who knows? One of their fighters might have won those fights. Then there you go.
Look at the top rank formula, right? Look at the top rank formula. The top rank formula entails matching top rank's best guys against top rank's best guys and some other guys. But they'll match their best against their best to make a diamond. PBC is not necessarily doing that. How do I know? Why hasn't Jamal fought David Benavidez yet? Why hasn't David fought Caleb Plant?
Why hasn't Spence fought Thurman?
Y'all had time to do those. Why hasn't Gary Russell fought Leo Santa Cruz? Literally,
Let me ask you this question, guys. When Errol Spence was the boogeyman, how come Danny Garcia didn't fight him? How come Keith Thurman didn't fight him? How come none of these guys fought them when Errol Spence was really Errol Spence? It lends to these guys, it lends to say this. Al Heyman fucked up the game. And I told people this on Twitter. Once Al Heyman took those guys off of Golden Boy, their careers went down.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you. I like that you brought that up, Chris. If Errol Spence would have beat that same Danny Garcia before the car accident, let's say circa 2017, 2018, it would have meant more. It really would have meant more.
But Danny didn't want that. Danny
didn't want that.
Because at that time, Danny was undefeated, right? Or he had one loss. Or
2017. But even after the first Thurman loss, right. let's say Errol would have put the beats on Danny in 2017, 2018, that he put the beats on him in 2020. Same exact aesthetic. It would have meant more. Yep. But you wait up until
it would have been fresher too.
But you wait up until Danny Garcia name don't mean shit. Errol's an alcoholic flipping Ferraris and his eye about to fall out. This is when you want to do these fights. Shout out to D Styles, Hispanics causing panic. I'm afraid. And I'm Hispanic. It's real shit out here.
You're the funniest motherfucker on Twitter. I don't care.
You gonna make a Danny Garcia fight when Danny name ain't shit. His name ain't worth a beef patty with cocoa bread. It don't mean like what does Danny what
Don't disrespect beef
Who
patty
is
and cocoa
Danny?
bread because
Who
bro?
is
I
that?
love beef
Who is
patties with
that guy?
cocoa bread.
cocoa bread. You can't say that.
I
The beef
love
patties
beef
and
patty.
cocoa. Beef patties
Yo,
and cocoa bread is a pay-per-view star.
listen.
Fucking Danny Garcia came to sell out his hometown. Nigga.
Listen, that's
Stop.
my point. His name ain't worth a beef patty with the cocoa bread. It's not. I'll take the beef patty. Fuck out of here. I don't
It
want
ain't
to
worth.
watch the.
It ain't worth spam, nigga. It ain't worth hot spam. Fuck.
Bro, spam too high class for that. Feeling
Yeah.
dangerous says the most frustrating thing in boxing is nobody will build a profile to fight Canelo. If Canelo has one more super fight in him, he needs a dance partner. And I of course I agree with that. Look, Canelo's only 31 years old, bro. There's still time for the light heavyweights to get it together. There's still time. If Better Beef fights Joe Smith, you know, because Joe, like, there's a good chance Joe beats this guy he's about to fight. He's a short notice opponent. We only a week out from the fight, so there's a good chance he beats this dude. The
By the
winner
way,
of
Joe, quick question, and anybody on the panel can answer this. Okay, like about this comment, like I'm just curious myself, what is the super fight that would sell with Canelo? Like if it was on
Anthony
pay-per-view,
Yard.
like
I'm
what's
just
another
fucking around. Anthony
Here's
Yard.
the
I'm
thing.
fucking
nah,
around.
I
I'm
was
gonna keep it.
hoping. I was actually hoping that Zurdo was the real thing because if he was to beat Bebo,
I was hoping
Canelo
Benavidez, but
versus Ramirez would have been a super fight. But he's trash,
LT,
so that's not gonna happen.
yeah, JBN is right. I'm gonna say this. If Zerto wasn't like a telenovela guy and he was like a real, like, legit dude, him versus Canelo would do numbers. But the truth is, the dude I seen in there with Gonzalez, that dude don't beat Bivol, bro. You wildin', and he'll get
he's a
stopped by
UD.
better. Bro,
I have to
Also,
ask you a
Charlo and
question.
Benavides, if they were actually the goods and fought the fights, those would be super
I mean,
fights.
I
But
mean,
they're
Jules,
I have
trash.
to
Jules, I
ask.
mean, Jules.
I think that
I know guys who actually think that Zerto is going to beat Bivol when they fight.
Listen, Jay,
I have
Jay,
some hope.
Jay,
Listen,
Jay,
the
Jay.
super
Wait,
fight
wait.
is when Chavez Jr. beats Jake Paul, we're getting our get back and we're getting our rematch with Canelo, baby.
Wait. Listen, Jay. I saw guys saying Teofimo would beat Josh Taylor. It's a mad world out there, bro.
It's
That's
crazy out
bugging.
here. It's crazy out here.
I gotta
Motherfuckers.
ask you
COVID,
guys a
COVID got
question
people
on the
crazy
panel.
out there.
Wait.
That little Maxi Boxing said that shit though, yo.
And these are the people that have bad things to say about me. I ain't even gonna say nothing bad. I'm gonna just say, yo, these is the people that always got something bad to say about me. Bro, you thought Teofimo was gonna beat Josh Taylor? I don't even gotta say nothing, bro. Like,
I gotta ask you guys a question. If Anthony Yard would have beat Sergey Kovalev, do you think Canelo would have fought him?
yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I do.
But do you think he would have fought him with no weight restrictions, no nothing? Fight him as is.
Maybe he just fucking fought Callum Smith with no weight restrictions, and Billy Joe Saunders, and Caleb Plant. Maybe.
But,
What? Look,
but Anthony Yard hits hard as shit.
Listen, all right, we gonna stop with this. Look, I seen Canelo in there with people. That's what I've seen. I don't have no reason to keep acting funny style with Canelo when he had them major fights. It's everybody else that hasn't. What
Yo,
is
all you have to
Jamal
do is
Charlo's
talk
major
about.
fight?
Listen, as soon as Canelo fought Golovkin twice, that's why I always say he's established, bro. He's established.
That's
He
it.
And
made
you know
me.
what's
As soon
sad?
as he fought
Listen,
Floyd, he was established, bro.
I know what
Listen,
you're about
he
to
made-
say, Jules. He
listen.
make you proud to be.
To be-
Go ahead.
He make me proud to be Mexican, which
Yeah.
is saying a lot because I'm Dominican. All
I
right.
mean, but the funny thing is
Dog,
the
they
funny
Okay,
really
thing is
said-
let me say this.
They really said Tio beats Josh Taylor, which I still fucking ludicrous.
And these is the people.
Tio
the
don't beat
boxing
Nah,
Regis
nah,
Pro
nah, nah,
Gray.
nah.
No,
You were
but
saying, Leo.
these the
Okay.
people that turn their nose up at me and talk shit about me, and I'm like, see, I ain't gonna say nothing. Leo, go ahead.
No, I want to say something about Canelo. Canelo has said really, really clear that the next opponent and the next to come are Eddie Reynoso's ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And if I was managing Canelo at this stage of his career, I will search for obviously high reward and moderated
Low risk.
moderated risk.
That's Jermall Charlo.
Look, yeah. The thing is, for example, Arthur Beterbiev. I think Canelo can beat Beterbiev,
Me too.
but this is the thing. If you are jumping weight classes and facing these huge guys, Canelo can beat him, but there is a possibility that Canelo can sustain more damage than he wants to, or his management wants to, because we know how Beterbiev fights.
Yes.
This guy
Yeah, it's hard
doesn't
to
give a fuck.
physical.
He's physical, and if he wants to punch you in the back of the head, if he wants,
All that boxing shit's
If
out
you-
the window with that dude. I
Body
keep
Yeah.
work,
telling
all
people.
that,
Yeah.
everything hitting from
And-
all, getting hit from all angles, all that. I better be.
yeah,
He hit hard, and he's quicker than what people give him
I
credit
know,
for.
but that
Because
doesn't matter though, because he's not going to win a decision. So Canelo could run away for and,
No, no, no,
hot shot. And
You
win
think
that
it's gonna
easy.
go to a
Hold on,
decision?
y'all. Let
I'm not-
Leo
I'm-
finish his point. Leo,
I'm not-
go ahead.
I'm not talking about that. I am talking that if I am a responsible management, a responsible trainer, I'm gonna give my fighter a good fight, a big fight, but with a guy that possibly is not gonna permanently damage my fighter, even if I win.
Now, Leo,
Do
let's
you
say
understand?
let me say this. Let me say this because this is the truth. Artur, as much as us boxing degenerates like him, you are not getting that much more press for Artur than you get for Jamal. That's the truth. In America, Artur doesn't have much of a profile. The Vosdick fight should have got seen by more people, but the reality is, as great as that fight was, right, between two unbeaten champions, it didn't really take off. You know what I mean? So if you're
they're
Canelo,
both Russian, unfortunately. Too.
well, one's Ukrainian and one's Russian, but same. You know, I
Potato,
definitely
potato.
potato, right? You know what I mean? So to Leo's point, I understand it, and that's why I always say, if you want to fight Jamal, cool. If you want to fight Artur, cool. If you want to fight David, cool. If you want to fight Lunga, cool. You want to fight Better Beef? Cool. You want to fight Beaver? Cool. You want to fight Benavidez? Cool. It's all good,
People
bro.
gotta know
Yeah.
how to distinguish the two. Canelo has legacy fights out there, but for a super fight, I don't see anything besides Golovkin 3. There's nothing that does over 1 million buys with Canelo besides
And I
Golovkin
think
3. It's true. That
Isan,
brings the most casual eyes.
Isan,
That brings the
Hey,
most
I,
casual
Isan,
I
what
eyes. I don't
understand
about
want to
that.
see it, but
Daddy?
Probably not even anymore because he's 40 years
Daddy?
old.
All right, no.
No, but
I got super chats piling up. Let me read them. Well, here a fact, the trilogy with Triple G is still the biggest financial
It's
fight
true.
for Canelo. That's an indictment on other potential Canelo opponents, and that is the truth. Financially, just finance. That fight generates more money than Charlo, than Benavidez, than all of them. Just finance. I don't know about legacy, but finance, yeah, that's still a bigger fight.
No,
bro.
yeah. I was saying that fight covers the finance part, not legacy.
All right, now
Yo,
Jaime,
on the low, I wish Golovkin pulls a Marquez in that fight.
bro,
Me too.
on
It's
the
boxing, bro.
listen, nah, listen, and I really just want to be honest. Nothing would please me more than to see Murata knock out Gennady Golovkin.
Chill.
I'm being serious,
I'm
bro. I'm
with
tired of
Jules. I'm
this
tired
shit.
of Golovkin.
You know what?
It smells weird.
I
You
grew up
know
getting
what,
on
Jules?
his
I used
ass
to be a big,
too.
I used to be a big
He used to
Golovkin
get
fan.
knocked out.
Listen,
I
I
watched
deserve,
all those
I deserve better
UFC
than
fights
this.
out here in LA.
I know.
I deserve
mean, like,
better
you know
than
what?
this.
Like if that actually happened, I'd be like, you know, that's what you get for swerving Andre.
Thank you, Jay.
Yeah,
Thank you, Jay.
that's what the
Yup,
Because
fuck you
fuck
get.
my cousin,
this
bitch.
wait, this old dick in the booty ass middleight division. I don't even
Hey, yo.
wait. Yo, listen,
Oh.
it is B. It's a
It
dick in the
is.
booty ass middleweight division. And you
Hey,
want to know
yo.
what? Hold on. You want to know why?
Haram say for love.
Hold on.
Haram.
It's not just Jamal's bitch assness. Really, it's Golovkin's bitch
Golovkin's
assness.
bitch assness.
If Jamal didn't look, all right, Jamal doesn't want to fight Andre. But if we were getting Golovkin versus Andre, man, fuck Jamal. Like, who the fuck? Fuck him.
Golovkin versus Charlo. Fuck it.
But that's the point that I'm making. That like, yo, dog, you the big name and the big dog at this weight. And you look, I don't mind the Murata fight, but that man ain't fought in 2 years, bro. So if he turn around and knock you the fuck out, I will laugh for 30 years, B. For 30 years.
Yo,
If
you're
he
gonna have
knock
to
you
make
I
out.
don't see
another.
that happening.
You're gonna have to make another graphic like how you did Tio,
Listen,
because
Yeah, I don't see that happening. I really don't.
nah, because you're
Not
gonna
even
have
gonna
to
bro,
make
lie.
that
why
graphic,
y'all
bro.
gotta be so pessimistic? Why y'all can't be positive?
It,
I'm
it, it
positive.
pisses me off
Positive.
that these guys are messing up the most,
He's ready to
second
be
most
positive for a
prestigious
Triple G
division
knockout.
in boxing.
Y'all
Facts.
stop being so pessimistic out here, man. Believe in something,
See
man.
it, speak
Shit.
it, believe it.
We
I
can
gotta
achieve
ask
it,
you.
Hey,
believe
that's
it.
the
a question. Fellas,
that's
when
a
is the
super
Murata
fight though,
when is
which
the
is
Murata Triple
crazy.
G fight happening?
I
Anybody
think
know?
it's in the spring, Jay. I think it's
Okay.
in the spring.
Hey,
I
Hey, I
think
gotta ask you guys. I gotta ask you guys. You think Tio's still under the rock or no?
The
He was at
Rock.
the
The
top
crack
rank offices.
rock?
He was at the top rank
No, no,
offices
no,
today.
no. The Central Park route.
Oh shit. Yo, I really thought you meant he was on crack rock. I was like, yo, he smoked crack?
His dad
Nah.
probably is.
That
I don't know
probably
about
his dad
I don't
probably
know
He
about
does.
smoked
Junior,
that
but Junior
crack.
probably is.
Oh, B.
Smoking bracks? Chill,
That's
B.
drastic. That's
He
Guys,
drastic.
smoked
Hold
that
on.
brag.
I was
But yo,
wondering something about Teofimo. After the fight, he went to the doctor and he said that one of his lungs was filled with air,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That I remember he did the body blow challenge with the big ass dude.
Oh, yo, listen. Leo, espera. It was his now you're right, and I agree. I already know where you're going.
Yeah.
It wasn't his lung. They said it was his chest. His chest had air where it should not be. Who
Yeah.
punched him in his chest before the George Kambosos fight?
Yep.
that big ass
That big
heavyweight
Yeah,
nigga.
the
Fuck.
mountain man dude. Yeah.
That nigga,
Oh.
yo, bro, and that nigga hit him hard. I got to like, yo, Tio, my nigga, you
Yo,
want to hug?
dog.
Because niggas should have hugged that man because
Y'all,
he
did
hit
y'all
Tio with
With
some
those
shit.
thin
see
ass
it?
gloves.
Seeing that last interview with Senior that just came out, shout out to Punch, they still haven't come down to earth, and that shit's gonna crash and burn.
Listen, I'm
Tio's gonna get
scared.
fucked up at 140.
If he
He's gonna get
fights
fucked
Chong,
up at
if
140.
he fucking fights Chong and he hasn't learned, Chong is gonna stop him. If
Sean is gonna
Shaw will fuck
sodomize
him
him.
up.
Pause.
Shaw will fuck him up, man.
that's if he hasn't learned, because Chong is a good fighter, but you know the Hank Lundy fight was the Hank Lundy fight, bro. I didn't forget about that. Like, bro, you ain't win that fight, bro.
Not at all.
Bro, he did
But he
win
made
that
up
fight,
for it
bro.
though.
But
He
the
made
Jose
up for
Vargas
it punching
fight,
up on that young boy.
He did.
Yo.
But
That
just
young
be
boy
real
holding
though.
his shit,
That's
though.
saying that Chong has his off nights. You know, he do. And he could have an off night with Teofimo. It depends on Teofimo. Like, if you still thinking that you
But
that
if
like
he has an off night with Teofimo, I think Tron goes to sleep.
yeah.
Because
What
because
y'all think about this? I like Tio versus Montana Love. What y'all think about that fight?
Montana Love might fuck up Tio bad.
Bro, that's not gonna happen, bro. Montana's
no,
over
it's,
there. Montana's with
Two round fight.
Matchroom.
No, and it's a really difficult fight for someone who is moving up in weight.
Yeah, like that's not gonna happen. Let me read the super chats. Jaime Nieto says Jamal Charlo hasn't fought one champion since he became a champion. What are we talking about? And people crying for him to get a Canelo. Yo, listen, when you hear me crying for him to get that fight, it's because I want to see him get his fucking ass beat. If you ever see me,
I want to see that
Come
motherfucker
on,
get
man. I
knocked
just
the
want to see him
fuck
get his
out.
ass
well, I
beat.
want to see that shit. That's when you gonna hear me crying. George
if you really
says,
if you really keep it a buck, Matt Korobov should be WBC middleweight champion of the world
Bro,
because
Matt
boy,
He should have
Korobov-
that
been.
shit was
He should have
bad.
won that one.
Charlo lost that
That
fight.
shit was.
listen, that
We would have had some fights made if he would have been a champion.
that's true.
Man, Korobov
That's
was
true.
hitting
For
him with
real.
that left hand all night long. White
George
man Korobov did not come around the fuck around, baby.
George says beef patty with cocoa bread in the 90s when the meat bursts out from the yeah. Whereas now they skip bro, the meat only be at the roof of the patty now. It be stuck up there like cockroaches.
And
The
I
bottom of
gotta buy
I
some
wasn't.
cocoa bread, man. I never heard of that shit before.
I mean,
Bobby,
didn't we get that shit when it was in public school? Like that was a public
we
school lunch.
did. I'm gonna tell you what. Look, we did right. I'm from Harlem. Beef patties with cocoa bread was all the rage for like I'm gonna say 3 winners, maybe 4. And it's like
Bro,
not like 3 winners, I say, because I personally got tired of the
did you
snack
have?
boxes.
Did you have the beef patty with the mozzarella and the pepperoni on it?
Yes.
We don't
yes.
do that. We don't do that.
No, no,
I
We
did-
do
I did-
pepperoni.
Bro, I did that a couple of times. Now, beef patty with cocoa bread. It's like ratatouille to the French. Yes, it's poor folks' food, but it's still good food. Okay, so let's not be all hostility out here. Okay, that's good food. Beef patty with cocoa bread. I recommend that to anybody. That shit is
That's righteous. That's righteous eats. That's
That's-
righteousness right there.
that shit is delicious.
Unmitigated
These
pure recipe.
these Jamaicans
of
are
the
wilding
highest
though. They're
order.
raising the price of oxtail, man. For real, it's a
They
real
are.
concern in the world.
They are, and it's not
So
right.
what do you think of it's Tio versus Barbosa?
But listen, bro.
Barbosa will
These
fuck him
niggas
up.
are hard, bro.
Barbosa
Yo,
was
God,
not
bro,
fucking Tio
fucking
up.
Tio,
I'm
man.
just talking about that shit that I'm like, yo, he
God damn it,
he
man.
get the fucking shit beat out of him fucking around with Barbosa, bro.
Yo, he definitely needs
I
new
want to
trainers.
go around the panel. I'm gonna start with Virtuoso.
Punch Drunk just said that's like 95% what's going to be next.
Listen, I really want to ask the panel Virtuoso, just be real with me and don't bullshit me. What's gonna happen to Teofimo at 140, bro?
Yo, he gonna get stopped, man. He
End up
gonna
in
be
the
just
hospital?
work,
The hospital again?
bro. I'm telling you, man. It's like it's gonna be more the same, like with Cambosos.
All
I'm
right.
seeing this. Yeah.
All right. JBN, Teofimo Lopez, 140 pounds. What do you see?
I mean, if he's still over here listening to his crackhead dad, he's gonna get stopped. Maybe not in his first fight. If he fights Zapata, maybe not. But his next fight, if they line him up against Barbosa or somebody like that, he's gonna get stopped. He's gonna get killed.
Drew, 140 pounds, Teofimo Lopez. What happens to this man?
He gets dropped from top rank and the takeover becomes the layover.
Jay, what happens to this man at 140 pounds, bro?
Nothing good in my opinion. There's nothing but big guys, big killers up there, and big punchers. I'm honestly trying to struggle to think of who he could actually beat. I think he should maybe
Thank
take
you.
he should maybe take a tune-up opponent first so he can acclimate himself to the weight.
It's too bad, Hank.
Exactly.
Listen. It's too bad, Hank
They're not gonna
Lundy.
give him a tune-up.
It's too bad, Hank Lundy retired because think about who's there, right? Not that I think the fight is gonna get made, but Subriel Matias, Montana Love,
Oh,
Arnold
God.
Barboza,
Jesus.
Jose Zapata, Javier Orosto. Javier Orosto, he could come back down. Jose Pedraza, Jose Ramirez, Josh. Who he beating, bro? Who he gonna
Julian
beat?
Rodriguez,
all
too.
these dudes
Julian
give him
Rodriguez.
issues, man.
Who he
Julian
gonna
Rodriguez.
beat?
Okay, Julius,
He's
wait,
not beating any of
look,
those guys you just mentioned.
wait. If Teofimo Lopez came to 114 in the same way he came with Richard Comey, with that, are you listen to me?
I'm
If
listening.
you can go with that kind of physicality, with that kind of conditioning, with that timing, maybe it's not gonna wash all these guys, but it can be competitive.
Listen,
But-
listen.
Look,
Leo,
maybe
You might
Leo.
fuck around and get
Espera, coño,
Joey-
recoñazo,
Joey-
coño, espera. Espera. Now you seen Chong against Baranchik, right? Do you think that Teofimo could deal with that kind of a fight?
No,
Ah,
not at all.
You don't got
Be
that.
real.
Barancik is hard as shit
Absolutely
too.
Nah,
Bro,
I see
Jose's-
Barancik really pork niggas too.
Bro,
Barancik
Jose
is hard.
Zapata, he's a fucking hero in my country, bro. Like that dude don't say shit about nobody. All right, he don't say. I never seen Jose Zapata look at somebody mean before. Like he just be chilling, ready to fuck you
Nah,
up.
he
Like,
looked me. He
Except
looked
for
me in that
Vargas.
fucking Vargas.
Except for Vargas.
Boy.
I'm just he looked no when he knocked his ass out, he looked me, but the rest of he was cooling, bro. Like fuck you up.
Nigga tried
Fuck
he
you
tried
up.
to swing
Yo,
on
remember
us.
at the
He tried-
weigh-in? Remember at the weigh-in? How like
He was swinging
Vargas slapped his hand, then
I
he jumped it off. He took a swing at his brother.
But but look, Chong was chill. All I'm saying is Chong. I see a difference in the spirit of a Chong and a Lopez. Like Chong is not going to waste his energy talking shit. He going to take that energy, pull it into his fist, and punch you in your fucking face. Whereas Teofimo will waste that energy arguing with you outside of Mikey Garcia versus Sandor Martin.
Jules, Sean said it best at the weigh-in with before VAR. He said he's going to learn on Saturday that there is levels to this. Period. That's it.
You didn't ask me the question about Teofimo and Cody.
Chris, I don't want to hear bullshit. I want to answer. If the next
you want
fight,
to answer? Oh, cool. I won't give you the answer, my nigga.
If the next fight is Lopez versus Chung, who you going with?
Teofimo might get Dadasheved.
All right.
God damn.
You ain't have to say that.
I said he was gonna get stopped, but like Dadashev.
You ain't have to say that.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry,
bro.
but hear me.
I gotta go back to. I gotta go back to
Family show, my
my
God.
point. I gotta go back to the
guys,
point
guys, let me clear up.
Jules said,
this is a family channel,
like
man.
Jules said, when Tio had Gamache in his corner for those two fights, you saw someone getting better.
Yes.
When his fucking nickel and dime dad's running the show, he looks like shit.
Bro, his dad is a tray bag. Jaime Nieto says you're right, Julius. I do want to see Canelo fuck up Jamal too. I see Canelo. That's what I'm saying. If you ever see me, if you see me saying that I wouldn't mind Charlo getting a fight, that's because I know, yo, bro, you about to get the shit beat out of you in Texas.
Fellas, if that fight ever happens, we all got to go and get front row seats.
Bro,
imagine.
I'm down, man. I'm
imagine
Germán
Charlo being dropped by the body shadow for Canelo.
Bro,
shit.
Imagine Canelo sleeping him like James Kirkland.
Bro,
you know what happened to Marcus Brown?
In Houston, Texas, at Jara's house. Shit.
Jerry's in Arlington.
That'll be Arlington,
and Dallaston, bro.
Now bits down. That's who Lopez Sr. says they're going after. Teofimo Lopez's father. He's the one that's got that ball rolling. He's saying they want Jose Zapata. So I mean,
I'm not against it. That's why you showed.
I'm not against that shit.
You know, I think Sean will take the fight too if it was offered to him.
Why the fuck wouldn't he?
Yeah. He'll take that shit.
Look, all I gotta say about that, they gotta bring back Gamache for this one.
Bro, they listen, Virtuoso. If I don't see Gamache, I'm betting on Chon, bro.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this though. Let me tell you this. RIP to Dadashev. That guy was a good fighter, bro. And hey, had it not been
now you feel guilty because you said that shit. You shouldn't have said that shit.
I know, but hear me out. I remember Dadashev. He parked some dude, Bilal Mahassan. I remember that dude was a big puncher, bro. So like, I ain't gonna hold you.
Listen,
Dadashev was alive. He probably could have beat Teofimo. Let's keep it a buck.
Listen. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. You could have said Pritchard Cologne, and I wouldn't have said nothing because Pritchard's still alive. You gotta bring Maxine.
Look at the state of Pritchard Cologne.
But he alive. But he alive. He alive. You brought up a dude that ain't even here. Now Tim Sheehy says no Joey, no Joey, no chance. I agree. Like, yo, dog, like, you can't have your drunk ass daddy in the corner for no Chon fight, bro. Like, nah, he gonna take you to places you never been.
Dog, his dad be drinking the day of the fights, bro.
Bro,
how you know this?
His dad be on coke the day of the fights,
bro.
I still find Joey in that confrontation with George's dad where he got mushed in the face. We try to go in there talking shit.
Yo, that shit was so fucking funny, bro. He walked in there talking all that shit, and he hit me, yo. You see that? He hit me, yo.
I'm like, wait a minute. I mean, he's acting outraged. He got to. I'm like, wait a minute. You went in there looking to start shit with them.
Boxing Beats and Ryan said about Teofimo Potts, yo. Teofimo Potts, he play around too much. He might fuck around and get killed.
Bro, he was Gambosos, suck my dick, you bitch. I'm like, yo, what's the matter with him, bro? Like,
okay, guys. Okay, wait, guys. Okay, we are in this train of Dr. Chen about Teofimo Lopez, but check out the facts. Teofimo Lopez was the guy was knocking motherfuckers out till he got a shot of Richard Comey.
Wait. Leo.
Okay,
No.
let me finish. It knocked Richard Comey in 2 rounds. He gave Nakatani brain bleeding, and he beat Lomachenko. Okay, for me, it's safe to say that he can be at least competitive in 140.
Leo, you
He
too
didn't kill
kind. No.
Nakatani though. And Nakatani, even with brain bleeding, was still laying in that right hand. So what that means?
Wait. This is what I'm gonna say, right? This is simple, right? All the guys you name, right? All the guys you name Nakatani. Do I think Nakatani will get his fucking ass beat at 140? Yes. Do I
He
think
would
Richard
die.
Cole?
He would die.
Hey, can I-
I'm not done. Would Richard Cole get his ass beat at 140? Yes. So could
Horrendous.
Teofimo get his ass beat at 140?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen,
Okay,
can
if
get
his
it
career,
done.
listen, if his career-defining draw is against
Cabrón.
Lomachenko, a natural featherweight, then I have no hope for him at 140.
Bruh, could Lomachenko, and I like him, but I'm being, and this is why I don't play these games. Could Lomachenko get his ass beat at 140?
Yes.
Yes.
I think he got enough skill to not
Stop
get
it,
super
Chris.
fucked
I
up.
mean, guy,
Don't
guy.
sweet science
Chris,
me. You
Chris.
know this. That dude do not belong 10 feet of 140 pounds, bro.
He don't
I
even
know,
belong
I
in
know.
lightweight. He said that himself. He's not a natural lightweight.
Yeah. Lomachenko's overreaching from being in the lightweight division.
Yeah,
really
him being
does.
up to him, Loma being up right at 135 right now is a risk. He said that several
His
times.
motherfucking shoulders is mad little like this, man. I am Vasily Lomachenko. His shoulders is mad little, bro.
Look what the fuck he
Belong
was
at
doing to
130.
Comey. He could have fucked around and killed Comey, bro. Comey was getting fucked up by that
Look,
little
I
nigga.
think
B.
he has just enough to fight at 135. Just enough. But even
That's enough,
Lomachenko, bro, and I'm not playing. Josh Taylor beat the fucking shit out of Vasily Lomachenko. I'm not joking.
We know that.
He
We
would
know.
fuck him up, bro.
Bad. Do him ugly.
Shout out to
Roasted.
Scotland. The Tartan Tornado with the tartar sauce. Josh Taylor. I got to get him on the channel.
Yes, you do.
I actually got an opportunity to do that.
Capricorn, Josh Taylor.
Hey!
R. Kelly's
he's
a
a Capricorn?
Capricorn
You had
too.
a chance and didn't get him on. How come?
Why you gotta put R. Kelly? Why you gotta bring R. Kelly
I
into
gotta
this?
talk to my mans in them. I gotta talk to my inside mans in them. I'm gonna see if I can get Josh Taylor.
Jay, to answer your question, I ain't shit. That's it. That's a long story.
Because you didn't have to say that shit though. Like you could have said, come on, B. You could have said, you know who you could have said? Castillo. You could have said that. Lennon Castillo.
Oh,
Bro, you could have said that.
Wait, who's that dude that Donaire? Who's that dude that
That was the knockout of the year, bro.
yo.
I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Yo,
I told you that dude looked like a motherfucker dropped the dildo on the floor. Like,
Oh shit!
That shit was scary.
no, but you know why it's all right? Wait, you know why it's because he was all right though. Like he good. Like he good. He eating mango and everything. He's good.
Julius, how do you not put that the knockout of the year in your ring IQ wrap up? That should have been knockout of the year.
Nah.
That's consensus.
Wait. Now I'm gonna say this. This is why it wasn't right. It was because Wilder getting knocked out had a year of like, yo, I can't wait because you just.
It was satisfying because you are sick, vindictive fuck like I am. B.
Yes.
But if we really want to
you want to go out on your shield, you motherfucker. Here it is, man. That's it.
all his fans, all
Yo,
his quiet,
bro,
all wild is quiet. Always saying that he's about to get it back in blood. He's gonna get revenge,
bro.
For him to go in there and just get decimated a third time and then brutally knock the fuck out.
and listen, it's because we had the deal. See, and this is the sad part of. Let me have a serious moment here. I want a serious moment. I want a serious moment. Hey, look, Wilder. Honestly, there was a time when I tried to like him, and it could have been better because he's not a bad dude, dog. If you ask people about him, like just that people that have talked to him and interacted with him, they say good, like, yo, he's a cool ass cat. I wanted to like him. Yo, I wanted to like him.
because I wanted him to be the American heavyweight champion and bring American boxing up.
But
So
he
that's why I
just
Man,
wanted him to
fuck
be. But now,
American
but
boxing.
but
You
he
know,
just went way
Nigga,
left
you
with the
live here,
shit.
bro.
yo, fellas, you know what happened when he won that belt? That's when shit went sideways.
Nah. It wasn't when he won a belt, Jay. I'm gonna tell you when he won a belt. The green-eyed monster got him, and I swear to God, I saw it happen. I saw it happen when he went to Joshua versus Klitschko. The green-eyed monster got him. He's seen all these people here for this British guy, Anthony Joshua. Whatever you think of him, right? Good, bad, or otherwise. It was at that moment that the bullshit started. I swear to God. Retrace the shit.
You realize what Joshua had to fight under. He realized,
Yep.
yo, I cannot handle getting fucked up around 80,000 people like this guy does. This guy's made from different type of stuff.
I'm telling you, it was. Look, I seen interviews of Wilder all the way up until that point, and I swear to God, it's a different guy, bro. It's a different guy. Like he seen that shit, and the green-eyed monster got him. Like, man, fuck this, and man, fuck that. Here we are.
I was quoting. So I'll tell you why I don't like it, because not only did he not want to unify and be undisputed himself, he stopped several other heavyweights from doing it.
That's another part of the things that make me mad about him. Like, yo, dog, you didn't want to let Vlad be undisputed. You stood in the way of that.
And Joshua.
And Joshua. We supposed to get Joshua versus Fury. Nope, you fucked that up too. It's like, yo, dog, you got to get out of here, bro. Go do movies, bro. Go play Club of Lang's son.
Go have babies or some shit.
Release that perfume that he's
yeah,
talking
like,
about.
yo, his wife got a listen. His wife got a flannel ass.
Didn't Dylan White tap that? Did Dylan White hit that shit?
I don't know, but shit, even if he did, she's still a flannel ass.
Nah, she kind of looked like, you know, real Muppet looking. She would look kind of real Muppet looking.
Listen, man, her ass don't look like a Muppet. All them fucking fun bags, big old
it ain't your face, but it must be your ass. She's a tit drill.
I'm just saying. Yeah,
she's a tit drill, like Nelly said.
She is a,
no,
I ain't gonna lie.
I can respect that.
Yeah. She's a good kid. She's a good kid. Fat ass.
She's a good kid.
She cried when he got knocked out, so she must love him.
That's cute, but she's a tip drill. She's a tip.
Now, gentlemen, on that note, gonna cut it tonight. Fucking sleepy.
R. Kelly's a Capricorn.
Don't talk like that. Don't talk like that. Don't talk like that. No, he's not. Don't say that.
Yes, he is. Yes,
stop.
He is.
That's fine.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Yes.
Please don't say. He's a.
Oh,
yes, why you did that, bro? You didn't have to say that.
No, because Olajetta Usyk beat fucking Anthony Joshua, and I still hurting off that. So if I gotta suffer, you gotta suffer, nigga. Look,
gotta be worse than the rematch. He's getting stopped.
Motherfuckers just ain't shit this year. Fuck all y'all. Go to bed.
Julius